Right, there, just another quick analysis for the weekend. This is part of what I mentioned sort of, was it Friday night, about looking at trades for next week. I believe that Euro USD is probably looking at a bit of a downtrend. If you look, this is actually kind of like a double top actually. I wonder if we can get the end of it in. I'm expecting that we've probably got a little bit of upside first until where we get to. I'm kind of wondering whether it's going to be. I'm going to sort of revise this once market open in case we get a spike up of that. I'm thinking if you just move this out of the way, you can see up here you've got the great big spike from last month, 20th October, but you've got a line here which is sort of acting like a support and resistance line. We've already broke that in the last 4-hour candles on Friday, so we finished up on quite a high. But I don't think realistically euro dollar's actually going to be looking at a particular decent forecast for next month. I think you're going to find dollar strength's going to go up. Brexit fears are still affecting GBP and euro against every other currency, so I don't see any positive sentiment for what's going to happen for that over the next few weeks. So I'm predicting a further sort of downtrend in euro and GBP and an upside in USD. So kind of makes for it here. I'm probably looking to enter a trade on perhaps a sell limit, or maybe on the reverse on a sell stop on the way back down. So once we've got confirmation, so I would probably look at from here. Potentially I'm looking at a sell stop depending on where it markets. If the market opens higher and instantly we start going on the low, then I'll put in a signal for a sell stop on the way down. Potentially I've already got a sell limit point up here just at the top end of this channel. You can see from the last weeks here where you run through the middle line, just on the peaks of that. So if you see just along, move to the left here a little bit just to get a decent accurate line in here. If you look across here, currently you're sitting ever so roughly, there we go, give you a decent line. Oh, didn't save. There you go, give you a decent line. So you can see this channel here where you've got a breakout and a breakdown. It's kind of trading in between this channel, got a little bit of up and overs, but this is kind of where I see that being a decent level. There's your support resistance level that is already broken. So here would be your test whether it's going to make that or not. So what I would potentially do is look for a sell limit up here, or just view this, maybe set an alert to make a sell at this point once it's been triggered, and then you can define it either way. Or I'll make an alert to trigger that level. Once that level's been achieved, and if we're trading above or below it, I will then set myself a sell stop from this point here. That's going to give us a little red section. Let's just say we look at it from this point here. You've got the lower levels and back to where we're going to go down to a low end TP down the bottom here. I suggest that we've probably got, realistically, I think we might have a sell stop in this position to be the safest trade for our traders. So I would look potentially for a sell limit, or maybe if it breaks above. So if we see this first, I will just move this out of the way for you. So if we see an up over this limit on market open and we start trading up here, then I will put a sell limit on the yellow line. Then we'll be looking to sell down from there. Potentially if we don't see an upside and we start seeing a downside already, then our sell limit will be here, 109,669. Setting yourself with a TP1 on this swing level here. That would be 109,269, and then basically moving stop loss to profit after. Again, those of you using the Trade Protector EA that I've given you all, that will just mean that it will follow your entries down with a trailing stop. Set your points, your stop loss points at something sensible. Appreciate we've got quite a bit of movement in the market over here on the hour charts anyway, so you don't want to set yourself too tight, but your break even trade you can adjust as well. Maybe put your break even at about 15 to 20 points, so that will move your SL to break even once it's 15 to 20 points in profit, and then continue leave the trailing stop at perhaps 35 to 40 points and let it trail its way all the way down to an end point. I mean, realistically, we'd be satisfied if we had somewhere in this level here, on this kind of individual level in the middle. You'd be happy if you took a TP at that point, but potentially you could go down further on that for a further win. Thank you.